And we're here today with Tristan Marais. I'm very excited to have him, a certified personal trainer, an online coach, the 2018 Arnold Classic Winner, and 14 weeks out of his next competition, he's joined us here today. Thank you, Tristan.
How are you guys?
No, we're good.
It's lucky to have you.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Away. And so obviously we know that you're 14 weeks out from your competition in Thailand. What's the competition's name so people can go have a look?
It's only called the Thailand Pro Show at the moment. It's in Bangkok. It's the 21st of November. It's a pro qualifier. Okay. So there will be 8 pro cards available.
Sure.
So yeah.
Okay, awesome, bro. So like that's the goal. Getting that pro card.
Definitely.
Okay. Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome, bro. So there's a big topic that's probably going to cover most of this podcast. Is something that's been going around in the fitness industry now, especially with I don't know if you've seen Generation Iron 4 yet.
I watched the start, but I'm not finished with it yet. Okay. I just know it's about being natural or not.
The natural game, yeah.
So that's actually what we wanted to talk about. I think it was quite cool. A lot of people want to know this. What exactly, like, what's your views on, obviously we all know that you're open about everything that you use and shit like that. So, you know,
yeah, I'm straight up with it.
Straight up, 100%. So what is your views on natural bodybuilding? Because obviously now I don't think it'll ever be as big as proper bodybuilding, because at the end of the day, people want to see the freaks, people want to see the monsters.
Size is the prize.
Size is the prize. That's what we want to see. But I think there's going to be a bit of a bigger market for it now, you know, with this whole Generation I and people are speaking about it. But yeah, it would be quite cool to hear, especially someone that's, you know, admittedly not natural, and you know, to get his views.
If size didn't matter, but why would everyone be training? Why would your goal to be getting bigger if size doesn't matter?
Yeah.
So you hear a lot about the natural guys saying, no, they don't care about being big. Yeah, okay, cool. But why are you training then? Do your own training.
Yeah.
If you didn't care about getting bigger, why would your goals to be having 50 centimeter arms, 70 centimeter legs, broad shoulders, a big chest? Why don't they? In my opinion, I think the natural bodybuilding is, I wouldn't say it's a joke, but I would not take it up as serious as normal bodybuilding.
I think it's also a bit unrealistic to have those goals and then just say, okay, now I'm going to do this naturally, when we all know that's not the case. It's not how the game works.
Yeah, that's true.
And
at the end of the day, also, there's obviously different competitions that you have to be natural.
Yeah.
But that's where this comes in. Like, the thing is, there's always a way around this shit, you know what I mean? So, like, the fact of the matter is,
and if
they catch everyone that's...
If we're asking the question, also, like, with this natural bodybuilding, like, how natural is natural? Because just because they're not with, like, just, like, straight steroids, they could be doing, you know, test boosters and, you know, like, weight cutters and all these fucking other kind of shit.
Kelly Muscle said...
You test them anyway, and then they fucking... PEDs doesn't strictly mean, you know, like steroids. So that's the other thing. If you fucking going to take a test that in any other sporting organization you're just going to light up, but you've never done steroids, you know, is that really natural?
I don't know if you've seen the video of Kelly Muscle, but he said if you've used a whey protein before, you're not natural.
Exactly.
If you use BCAAs, you're not natural.
Yeah.
It's enhancements.
Yeah.
If you use
100%.
EAAs, pre-workout, test boosters.
Especially some pre-workouts are fucking wild, bro. The shit that you get these days, there's some pre-workouts that you take that you will fucking come positive on a few tests.
No, you'll
So,
die.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's so fucked up though that he says that, because at the end of the day, he claims to be a natural,
Yeah, but a lot of people
like-
Kelly Muscle? No, he doesn't.
doesn't he? Well,
No.
maybe he's come out as of late, because I still remember seeing a video. I don't know if it was with TT Fletcher, whoever it was. They asked him, like, so listen, yeah, they caught him off guard, like, completely. And they were like, Bruce, so tell me, like, what steroids you take? And he's like, I don't take steroids, bro. The guy weighs like fucking 4,000 kilos and he's about 5% body fat.
Fuck
No.
off, man. Cool, dude. Yeah, no.
He's not natural. That I can
No,
promise
no,
you.
No, no.
Like, just call a spade, and that's what we like. We like that. Fucking be real
The
about
thing
it.
is with the natural bodybuilding, I think, in my opinion now, doing it is it's your own preference. If you use PEDs, it's all on you. If you don't, it's also on you. But I'm not going to be the one saying, "Oh, fuck, that steroids." Yeah, that is wrong. And no one if they're going to be like, "Oh shit, that guy's natural." And
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's true.
It's maybe, I don't know, you would know more so with me because you finished Generation 9. Is it maybe just also a bit of handbags in the sense of just like, oh, we're natural bodybuilders. It's,
we cool.
we
But the thing,
it's
you know
like
what's the
holding
thing is,
something over the guys.
I respect a natural bodybuilder. Fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Because at
but-
the end of the day, he's doing, if he's putting the same work in, whatever. But the only problem I have is that the chances of them all being natural, because the thing is, like you said, there's always
it's
ways
bullshit.
to fucking to try the system. Like I know, I forgot what test is it aqua test? I don't know what it's called, but anyways, it's like out your system, and the thing, like, it gets out your system quickly. So it's like
Some
hard to
people
say.
claim growth hormone is natural because it's a peptide.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
Some guys
I'm
do,
gonna go on record to say that if you are on growth hormones, you're not fucking natural, my dude.
No.
Jeez.
Insulin. It's a peptide.
Yeah,
It's not a
exactly.
PED.
Insulin is also another one because that makes you cut weight.
So I don't know why they want to claim natural when they're actually not.
Yeah, you see, that's
And
the thing, bro.
like,
That's the biggest thing
I
with
think
bodybuilding.
getting to the point what you just said is that like there's nothing against like natural bodybuilders, but like when
No.
you use it as a thing to go like, oh, I'm the real deal because I do it naturally. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
No.
The thing is, I mean, there's a lot of guys that have fucking great physiques and they are natural.
Yeah.
And fuck, that's
Yeah.
nothing good for them.
You don't have to. It's like those people that like they go to fucking Whole Foods and then like you don't ask them, but they just walk up to you and they're, I'm vegan. Like no one fucking asked you.
No one
It
cares.
seems like that's the only thing about these
Exactly.
bodybuilders. They're just like, oh, did I tell you that I'm natural? And like, no, dude, you look good. No one's asked. I not even one time did I do steroids. Like, fuck,
But the thing is, like you said now, the funny thing about natural bodybuilders, that's how they start a sentence. Just remember, I'm natural.
how do you know if someone's a natural bodybuilder?
I'll tell you.
They'll tell you.
Yeah.
They'll definitely fucking tell you.
No, straight up, they'll start the sentence off like, no, I'm natural. Okay, that's like the first indication to me that you aren't fucking natural.
Natural, yeah.
No,
They've
100%.
got something to hide. But that's also another thing, bro. Like, are you natural? Can you compete naturally if 10 years ago I was juiced to the fucking gills, whatever, training, boom, and I was competing in non-natural shows, whatever, and now 10 years later, I've been natural for 10 years, but now I'm competing. Is that natural?
No.
You've taken those. What got you from step A to step B was being unnatural.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have made that jump on your own, so that also cancels it out.
Exactly, bro. So there's lots of things. I mean, like I forget his name. Fuck, I wish I knew his name. Anyways, the guy that's like one of the most famous natural bodybuilders. Like he he says that he's never done juice and shit before. So like he's never done juice in his life. Then that's natural.
Yeah.
But there's also guys that are competing against him that I know for a fact were juicing 4 or 5 years ago, but now they're at the top of the game.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
but that's what I'm saying. I think I'm not, no disrespect to it, but for the people that are doing it just to do it like that's their style, then that's chill. But I think there's a lot of handbags in between, like of people just wanting to claim the thing of like, oh, I'm
Exactly.
don't look at my past. If you tested me 5 years ago, I would have lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. But yeah, at the moment, I haven't done steroids in the last 3 months, so I'm natural, brother.
Exactly. Like, that's not natural. Especially, that's the one thing I've got against natural bodybuilding. But if you're a lifetime natural, well fucking done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look any different to the guy using steroids or not using steroids.
Yeah.
To me, it's all the same. Like, your work ethic is what shows me that you're a bodybuilder or not.
Yeah, and there's also that those fucking casual guides to like bodybuilding, where people think that if you just take steroids, like that's it, that's the key. And
Oh no,
yeah, it's not fucking.
I've got some stories.
Training fucking twice a day, fucking training like an animal when you train. Is he took steroids. Yeah, he took steroids and he trained like a fucking demon.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
I've had guys come up to me. No, they want to use stuff, but they don't want to look like me. Okay, brother, you're not gonna inject once and wake up like me.
Exactly.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
I don't want to look like you. It's like that thing with Arnold, where that Arnold, he was.
Yeah, don't worry, you never will.
Lady chirped him, and he was like, "Yeah, well," she's like, "I would never want to fucking look like you," and he's like, "Don't worry, you won't.
You'll
never look like this."
I also hate it, bro. I have a few mates where like they see like the people I hang out with and whatever. They see they're like, bro, just that guy's so fucking big. Why do you want to look like that? I would never. I'm like, dude, let me tell you something. You will never ever look like that. And they're like, oh, bro, fuck, you know. I'll juice and I'll.
I'll juice and then I'll look like that. No,
I'll just do some steroids and then I'll probably train for 2 weeks and then that's it.
That's how I look.
That's that's my result.
Anyways, fuck you. So Tristan, obviously now you going for your pro card. That's the main. That's the goal now. Obviously.
Yeah.
So you're gonna smash that out the park. Your 14 weeks. But now, tell me, what is your? I know we spoke about this a bit earlier on, but what are your goals going forward? Let's say I did ask Michael the same question. It would be cool to hear from you. 5 years from now, from today, where do you see yourself?
Honestly, I want to be ranked at least top 3 coaches in South Africa. That is my goal. I see a lot of coaches these days that do live up to the standards, but some don't. I respect Jack Lotter a lot in South Africa. I think Dave Watkins is a very underrated coach. And obviously, look, there's Warren, there's Vic. Very well, nothing wrong with them. So I want him to be up there with them as well. Like if someone talks about a SA coach, I want to be at least in the top 5. Being said, damn, that is a good coach. And then obviously, if I do get my pro card, I do want to go for the Olympic stage. Look, that is not something I just say lightly because it's not easy. There's been 2 South Africans on the Olympia stage before, Gary Stradom and Boris. So, you know, there's Sibu now, who's fucking a monster. IFBB Pro now or a few months ago in Tokyo, and he came, I think, 11th. So, you know, the standard they've got there is unreal. So it's definitely a goal. I would say probably not in 5 years, but in 10 years.
Okay, perfect. Big dreams. But that's what we fucking like to hear, bro. And I definitely, like, we behind you, bro. And definitely, it's not even a win. It's not a, it's not an if, it's a win with the pro card, I believe, bro. Yeah.
Once it happens,
I was probably peaking a bit early for my UK show. I was in my best shape ever. My coach, but some don't know it yet. I haven't even announced it. I literally shot up and cried like a baby when I heard my visa was denied. So, you know, I've been prepping 24 weeks now. So it was very tough to hear, but I still believe everything happens for a reason. I spoke to someone the other day. He said to me, everything happens for a reason. One door closes, two doors open again.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly.
So I believe it happened for a reason. Maybe Thailand is my show.
Yeah,
exactly.
And with this, I know it's 24 weeks, but it's not 24 weeks wasted. It's 24 weeks.
Yeah.
You've got the
Of
mental
hard.
game down. You've shown yourself now that you can fucking do this, bro. You've done the 24. You've done the time. You've done it. Now it's just to fucking get this little.
Yeah, now it's just
and then do it
execution at the
again.
end.
And then bro, fucking hell, the results are gonna be. It's gonna be worth the wait. I think in a way, like you said.
No, definitely.
Everything happens for a reason, bro. I believe that.
Fucking repping GHI in Thailand.
Obviously.
You need to get into
You guys know.
Yeah. After we get you into also one of those Muay Thai cages afterwards. Come home.
Okay, no. We'll get that one to skip.
Yeah, but so fuck. So how many extra weeks does this make it? Obviously, because you're supposed to compete in
14.
England. Is it an extra 14?
No, extra 10.
Extra 10.
Fuck. Okay.
Cool.
So obviously, would you actually explain to us just a change in diets, change in gear, change in training, everything, leading? Well, now that you obviously were peaking too early.
Diet didn't change at all. I had an off weekend last weekend, so basically I ate what I wanted to. I felt like a fat fuck. I gained about roughly 8 kilos. I was sitting at 104.
That is
But
fucking crazy.
Did you eat a human? Or what did you eat?
That's a child, that.
I was averaging about 14,000 calories a day, but mostly shit. It's like stuff. So, but yeah, and then off weekend for myself, didn't train, didn't do shit. Monday I started back again, morning weighing 7.5, so I dropped about 7.5 kgs already. Just water weight.
Yeah.
Diet is still exactly the same as what I was 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks out for UK. My food is still quite a lot, about on 2,200, 2,100 calories, which is relative. It's not amazing, but it keeps me going. Gear, nothing changed. I dropped all my orals just for my kidneys and livers to get a break. Injectables stayed exactly the same. GH, insulin, everything is still in.
Okay. And then, and actually it's cool because it's cool that you mentioned that you've dropped orals and stuff, because I want to speak to you about this. So obviously you're still young yourself, and you obviously still got things to learn in this game. I mean, fuck, bro. And
obviously there's always room for improvement.
Always room for improvement, and So if you had to give advice to someone that's maybe, let's say, how old were you when you started training?
14.
14. So what advice would you give a 14-year-old now that says, bro, fuck, says to himself, listen, I want to be Mr. Olympia one day. I want to fucking start training. Because I'm sure you made I'm sure when you started, you fucking didn't know.
No, I've made mistakes.
100%. So you have to learn from that shit.
Being stubborn.
It'd be good for someone like you to give some. I'm sure there's a few youngsters watching this, saying to themselves, "Fuck, bro, I want to look like Tristan," or So what's your advice?
Honestly, get the proper guidance, not just coming from me being a coach.
Yeah.
Get a coach. I would not, but get a coach that fucking knows his shit. Because some coaches do not care about your health at all. They literally just want results.
Yeah.
So I was 17 years old, and not my current coach. I had other coaches. I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah.
At 17, he wanted to pump me with fucking test prop. At 17.
Yeah, that's vicious.
My first cycle was at 20 years old.
Yeah.
So I would say get a proper coach. My dad helped me a lot. My dad's been in bodybuilding for over 30 years now. And without him, I wouldn't have been where I am now. Not at all.
Sure.
So
that's awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's fucking cool, bro.
So I would say get the proper guidance.
And this
do your homework.
We hate to repeat ourselves.
Read a lot.
We touched on this briefly about just there's so many people out there that when you do decide to get in a coach or get into it, like do the research for yourself to just make sure that it is the proper thing and you're not making those mistakes of like someone like Tristan says like not it's easy to get results, but to do it and be healthy and take care of yourself mentally and physically, I think is very important.
No, it is. That's the
Like I said, I've made mistakes. I've done stupid stuff. I've done stuff that I wish I could go back onto. But you live and I can't like stay angry at myself for what I've done. I have to accept it, move on, and learn from it.
Yeah,
you have to.
That's
what makes you better at the end of the day.
That's what it says. Makes anything better, bro. Like they say, it's like practice doesn't make perfect. It just makes improvements.
Yeah.
Just make those small improvements day by day, and then hopefully one day we'll get closer to it.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, bro. So I'm actually surprised. So with the whole diet situation, when you were coming in to the show in the UK, was your diet similar to like your obviously when you were bulking, the diet was completely different.
No.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it fucking goes without saying. But now, what type of changes did you make from the time you stopped bulking the time you stopped bulking and started, cutting for the show? What was the change in diet?
To be honest, my meals stayed exactly the same. So what I mean by that is it was still chicken, it was still potato, it was still Rice Krispies, it was... Sorry, someone called me. It was still my apple. Everything was still exactly the same. Just the grammage of my potato was dropped and my oats.
Okay.
So I was literally just cutting carbs. I still, for my body fat, I still run relatively high carbs. I look like a piece of shit if I don't eat carbs. I get depleted very, very, very quickly.
That's quite interesting.
So my body loves carbs. I look very full, dense, vascular. You'll see me if I have like a low carb day, which I don't even do because my coach puts me on high carbs constantly.
Yeah, is your body responds?
Yeah, like I said, everything depends on the athlete as well. So with me, I can still have relatively high carbs. That's why my diet hasn't changed since I think 9 weeks out.
Sure.
So, and I kept getting leaner, and I still had a cheat meal every weekend.
Okay, just that refeed, yeah.
Okay. I'm quite interested now, from someone that's like never been part of like very organized competitive bodybuilding. Now, when you go to compete for this pro card, what is the process of like, say now like the week leading up to it? You staying out of town. You got to kind of find a gym to train before the time.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a mission. So basically, I'm looking at going about 4 to 5 days earlier.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to keep my sodium very low and my carb intake very low. Reason being because I'm flying.
Yeah, you're going to hold water.
So I don't want a lot of water retention. I will probably do a proper water drop. If I see it's necessary, I will have my diuretics leading up to the show, but I'm not a big fan of doing a drastic water drop with diuretics.
It's not good for the body. Good for the body. Body
no,
doesn't like that.
I'll rather keep my water about 2 to 3 liters a day with a diuretic.
Yeah.
Or I would just drop my water completely with no diuretic.
Yeah. It's probably healthier.
That's also the problem with the dehydrating and rehydrating, because it's very easy to get that water out, but to get that back into your body can take a few days. So you can do proper damage.
Yeah, I think obviously you take it to an extreme level. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, yeah. And there's people that do that, man. There's people that they it's like they have a water cone day, and then they just drastically.
Yeah,
they
I mean,
just
I'm sure
shave
Tristan does
themselves
the same.
like a raisin, bro.
Yeah, so I'll bump up the water, let's say 10 days ahead.
Yeah.
I'll bump it up to about 10, 11, 12 liters. Then I would drop daily.
Okay.
12 liters,
Make it gradual.
11, 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, and I'll keep on 2.
And then 12 liters that day is the worst day of your whole life. I'm sure.
That's fucking bullshit. Imagine drinking
Yeah.
2 5 liters and an extra 2-liter bottle.
Bro, it's like going to your fucking office, opening.
Look, I'm averaging on about 7 liters currently.
Sure, that's a push, eh?
So,
today.
and I get that in easily.
Oh
like,
shit, I'm used to it now.
It's not even a mission for me. Like, I have to stop myself from drinking water sometimes.
Oh shit, bro.
It's a fuckload.
So
It's weird to think, bro. If you tell just the average Joe, that doesn't really know anything about bodybuilding or training in like specific, bro, and you tell this guy, listen, bro, I drink 7 liters of water a day. He'll tell you, listen, yeah, you can't go fuck yourself.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. The average drinks about 2 liters, not even.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, bro. I mean, fuck. I only drink about 3 liters a day.
Yeah, me too. I probably only.
Well, I don't know actually. I never know. I don't really count it.
Yeah,
But
Someone trying to be cautious would try and get his 3 liters in,
yeah.
but someone that doesn't care.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen people drink no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fuck.
I'll literally die.
Yeah, fuck, bro.
Especially now that your body's so used to fucking.
Yeah, if you cut that water out your body, you won't know what to do.
But I think that's also
Yeah,
that's the reason why you do it, is because your body gets so used to that amount of water that when you do cut the water for on stage, your body gets a fucking shock.
Yeah.
And it absorbs everything.
Not just that, it keeps your muscles fuller. Your muscle belly's fuller. Without water, I look depleted.
Yeah.
Of
course.
So it's healthier, your food digestion, everything. It's just a bonus. Vascularity, everything ups with water intake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
just before we close off, I want to speak to you. Obviously, everyone knows now that you won your show at the Arnold in 2018. Obviously, your physique is fucking completely different now. I mean, it's like
yeah, I know it's about
people, almost.
20 kilos.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyways, besides that, obviously it's still an awesome fucking achievement and whatever. And so just explain to me, how was that feeling? I know obviously you've been training for fucking however many years, since you're 14, and this is your big break.
Honestly, I still get goosebumps when you mention the Arnold. So it was a very, very nice feeling for me. Like, I trained extremely hard for that show. I was on a keto diet at that stage, which was absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah, dude.
But it worked. I was ripped as fuck. And it was just an amazing experience. Like, it shot up. The publicity I got from it, the exposure I got, it was just amazing.
And I'm sure your fucking motivation went through the roof. Now you're like, fuck, okay, yes, now it's time.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go for the big boys. Okay, fuck, that's awesome. Awesome shit.
Yeah, so it's a step up, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And sorry, bro, I'm rambling on you, but how many shows did you do prior to that? Was that your first show, second show?
No, I competed at 15 twice.
Okay.
I won both my shows. Then let me just think. I did Summer Super Bodies right before Arnold's.
Okay.
Then I did Arnold's. Oh, I also did the H&H Classic once, but that was didn't come in very well.
Okay.
And after Arnold's, I did the Muscle Militia and Gentle Giant, literally a day from each other.
What?
which was very stupid. Actually posted a picture of my transformation from militia to now, which was 20 kilos in stage weight, and it was in October 2 years ago.
It's a fuckload of weight, eh? It's a lot of weight to put on in 2 years, bro.
Jesus, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, well, fuck, bro. Congrats to you. That's awesome. So yeah, bro. Thanks so much for fucking joining us.
Yeah,
It's
Awesome. It was awesome having me, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
No way, and fuck, bro. It's good to have you on the GHR team.
Yeah, we'll be behind. We're following these 14 weeks closely. The pro quad's yours, and then we'll take it from there, bro.
No, I'll keep you guys updated.
Perfect.
Power.
Thanks, Tristan. Cheers.
Shot, man. Cheers.